Wait. There was one question I saw that I want. They said, would you be mad if, or like, feel some type of way if I move on, like, to another?
You already moved on.
Okay, we're asking now.
No.
Like, if I was to go be in a whole relationship with somebody else, you wouldn't.
Nope, you already did it.
I've never been in a relationship.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Just because they didn't know about it doesn't mean you weren't in a relationship. Okay. While I was in prison, you was in a relationship with someone.
No, I wasn't.
Just let him.
We're not talking about that. We were just asking about if you would care.
Oh, okay.
It's a simple yes.
Oh, okay.
So he said, So he said no, y'all. Anyway, he said, which of the girls what?
So you just let you weren't in a relationship?
What was your question?
You guys didn't go out on dates or nothing? You just easy like that, huh? Huh? That's crazy, chat. Nah, I wasn't no stud. Balls all in there. But I was in prison. It happened.
After things have been found out, yep.
What? After what?
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about that. So
okay.
don't leave out parts though.
Okay. Whatever.
Eye for an eye.
So no, I wouldn't care, chat. It's already been done. She's already been. Listen to chat.
That I don't want to be on the roster of 25 people that he keeps in rotation. Like, that is just so not who I am anymore.
Is there part of you that still wants to sleep with him when he gets out?
No, because he doesn't look the same anymore.
Why are you lying?
Tattoos?
Yeah.
What about
Why are you
a
lying?
bunch of face tattoos?
He did, but it was very more demure than it is now.
Very demure.
Yeah.
Very cutesy.
Yeah, it's not the same anymore.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, granted, maybe when I see him, it might feel different, but...
Oh, it felt different, all right. Oh, yeah, it felt different, all right. I don't know who smiles Jaidyn, and I really don't give two flying. She wasn't there for me in prison, so, you know, she's useless to me. That's just my take on it, you know? If I'm going through hardship and you're not going to be there for me, that'll just be the end of that connection. Put it that way.
I see you, man. I see you sharing up, baby.
Open. Friends, can you say the word open? Open. Good job. Open. Will you help us? Oh, I have to go home now. But you have fun. Oh, okay, Duck. Well, thank you for bringing the learning box. We'll see you again soon. Everyone.
Now, what was that?
Bye-bye, Duck.
Keep going. And he gonna get right back up here.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, Duck. We'll see you again soon.
What you doing, Baba?
Now we can open our learning
All right. I get you.
Are you ready? Okay.
I'm coming.
On the count of 3, I'm going to open the learning box.
He's standing up
Will you
still,
count with
girl.
me?
Y'all wanna see
Here we
him?
go. 1,
He's just
2, 3.
Because he plopped down, didn't
Wow. Wow.
So look, I wiped it off. I wiped it till it's not dirty no more. So I wipe my face till it's not dirty no more. Now I'm about to go in and treat my skin. Now that I got all the makeup
Blue. Let me show you.
and stuff on.
Oh, blue. A blue fish. Blue. A blue shaker. Shake, 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 shake.
So I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm gonna go wash my face.
Blue.
Actually, I'm about to end live so I can wash my face.
Blue.
So y'all be on demon time for real. You feel me? And I'm not, you know, opposing or like judging anybody that does that. I just know, hey man. Hey. Oh, he's still play for it now.
CPS is officially involved after a terrifying moment on livestream left fans shaken and Chrisean Rock's son at the center of a growing storm. Viewers watched in real time as the baby appeared to fall. sparking instant outrage, panic, and nonstop calls for authorities to step in. Now, Child Protective Services has reportedly been contacted, and the internet is demanding answers. But that's only the beginning. Blueface has completely snapped, dragging Jaidyn Alexis by name, accusing her of playing both sides, and issuing a clear warning to Stunna Girl to stay out of his family drama. Screenshots are circulating, lives are being deleted. And insiders say the situation behind the scenes is far worse than what's being shown online. With custody questions, public backlash, and explosive threats flying left and right, this saga just crossed a serious line. Buckle up, because what happens next could change everything. What started as a routine live stream quickly turned into one of the most disturbing moments fans have seen in the ongoing Chrisean Blueface saga. Viewers watching live suddenly noticed chaos on screen as Chrisean's young son appeared to fall. The moment was brief, but the reaction was immediate. Comments flooded in. People began screen recording. And within minutes, the clip was circulating across social media with captions demanding intervention. For many watching, it wasn't just shocking, it felt like a breaking point almost instantly. Rumors began spreading that Child Protective Services (CPS) had been contacted. While official details remain limited, multiple sources online claim calls were made shortly after the live stream ended. That alone was enough to send the situation into overdrive. Fans, critics, and commentators alike began dissecting every frame of the video, arguing over what exactly happened, how serious the fall was, and whether the child was being properly supervised. Chrisean, no stranger to controversy, has faced public scrutiny about her parenting before. However, this incident hit differently. Unlike past online arguments or messy relationship drama, this moment involved a child on camera, and that shifted the tone instantly. Even some of her longtime supporters admitted the live stream was hard to watch and raised serious concerns. As the clip spread, emotions ran high. Some people accused viewers of overreacting, arguing that accidents happen and that social media shouldn't be playing judge and jury. Others weren't buying that explanation at all, insisting that repeated incidents on live streams show a pattern that can't be ignored. By the time the live stream was taken down, the damage was already done. Behind the scenes, tensions were reportedly boiling, especially involving Blueface. Blueface, who has had a complicated and often explosive relationship with Chrisean, did not stay silent for long. Instead of issuing a calm statement, he went straight to social media with a series of aggressive posts that instantly escalated the situation. Rather than focusing only on the incident itself, Blueface widened the scope of blame, and that's when Jaidyn Alexis was pulled into the chaos. In posts that quickly went viral, Blueface appeared to drag Jaidyn by name, accusing her of fueling drama and inserting herself into situations involving his son and Chrisean. He implied that certain conversations were happening off-camera that fans didn't know about, suggesting betrayal and manipulation behind the scenes. While he didn't provide receipts, his tone made one thing clear. He was angry. And he was pointing fingers. Jaidyn, who shares children with Blueface herself, has long been positioned as both a rival and a parallel figure to Chrisean in the public eye. Anytime drama erupts, fans tend to split into sides, and this time was no different. Some accused Blueface of deflecting responsibility, while others believed he had finally reached his limit and was calling out what he sees as dangerous behavior. But Blueface didn't stop there. In the same breath, he issued what many interpreted as a warning to Stunna Girl. Without naming specific details, his message suggested that she should stay far away from the situation and stop speaking on his family. Given Stunna Girl's history of publicly clashing with both Chrisean and Blueface, the warning didn't go unnoticed. Fans immediately speculated that something had happened privately, perhaps a call, a message, or a planned live that prompted Blueface to draw a hard line. This is where the story takes an even darker turn. According to people close to the situation, the livestream incident wasn't isolated. Critics claim it's part of a larger pattern of chaotic behavior that's repeatedly been broadcast online. Supporters argue that social media only sees fragments and that no one truly understands what's happening behind closed doors. The truth likely sits somewhere in the middle, but CPS involvement, real or rumored, means the stakes are now much higher. Once CPS enters the conversation, everything changes. What used to be internet drama becomes a potential legal matter. Every post, every live, every argument can be scrutinized. Parenting decisions that might normally stay private are suddenly public. Evidence in the court of opinion and possibly beyond. That's why the silence that followed from Chrisean was almost as loud as the incident itself. For hours after, the clip went viral. Chrisean did not address the situation directly. No immediate explanation. No apology. No clarification. That silence only fueled speculation. Fans debated whether she was being advised to stay quiet, overwhelmed by the backlash, or dealing with authorities privately. Meanwhile, reaction channels and blogs filled the void, each adding their own spin to the story. Some claimed Chrisean was being unfairly targeted because of her reputation. Others argued that reputation doesn't come out of nowhere, and that repeated controversies make people quicker to assume the worst. Either way, public patience appeared to be wearing thin. Blueface's online behavior during this period only added gasoline to the fire. Instead of calming things down, his posts seemed designed to shift blame outward while asserting control. To critics, it looked reckless. To supporters, it looked like a father snapping under pressure and trying to protect his child the only way he knows how. What made things worse was the timing. The incident happened amid already existing custody rumors, relationship tension, and lingering beefs involving multiple women connected to Blueface. With so many unresolved conflicts, the livestream fall felt less like an accident and more like a symptom of an unstable environment. At least in the eyes of the public. As night fell, new screenshots began circulating. Some posts were deleted. Others were re-uploaded by fan pages. Alleged insiders claimed CPS had reached out. None of it was officially confirmed. But the narrative had already taken on a life of its own, and at the center of it all was a child who never asked to be on camera. That reality has forced even the most drama-hungry corners of the internet to pause, if only briefly. Comment sections that usually cheer chaos were suddenly filled with people saying, "This isn't entertainment anymore." When kids become collateral damage in adult feuds, the line between reality TV behavior and real-life consequences disappears fast as this situation continues to unfold. One thing is clear, this is no longer just about Chrisean and Blueface's toxic dynamic. It's about accountability, responsibility, and whether social media fame has gone too far, especially when parenting plays out in real time for millions to see, and if CPS truly is involved. The next moves made by everyone in this circle, Chrisean, Blueface, Jaidyn, and even Stunna Girl, could have lasting consequences that extend far beyond the internet, as the fallout from the livestream incident continued to ripple across social media. Attention quickly shifted from outrage to investigation. The biggest question on everyone's mind was simple but serious. Is CPS actually involved, or is the internet running ahead of the facts? Either way, the mere possibility changed the tone of the conversation overnight. Multiple bloggers and reaction pages claimed that CPS had been contacted shortly after the livestream ended. According to these reports, concerned viewers allegedly made calls after witnessing the fall and what they described as a lack of immediate response. While no official agency confirmed anything publicly, that didn't slow the speculation. In situations like this, silence often gets interpreted as confirmation. Fairly or not, legal experts online were quick to remind people that CPS being called doesn't automatically mean a case is opened. In many instances, agencies assess reports, determine credibility, and decide whether further action is needed. Still, once a family is on the radar, everything becomes more delicate. That reality alone may explain why Chrisean remained quiet in the hours following the incident. Behind the scenes, sources claimed damage control was in full effect. Several insiders suggested Chrisean was advised to stay off live, avoid posting, and let the moment cool down. Others speculated she was emotionally overwhelmed and dealing with the situation privately. Regardless of the reason, her absence left room for everyone else to control the narrative. And Blueface wasted no time doing exactly that. Blueface's reaction became a story of its own. Instead of presenting a united front or calling for privacy, Blueface leaned into confrontation. His posts grew more pointed, more personal, and more accusatory. By dragging Jaidyn Alexis into the situation, he reignited old tensions that many thought had cooled. He accused her of talking behind the scenes, stirring confusion, and playing into online narratives that made the situation worse. Fans are split. Some believed Blueface was lashing out because he felt powerless, unable to control the situation, the public reaction, or how his child was being perceived online. Others argued that his behavior showed a lack of maturity, especially given the seriousness of the moment. Either way, his public outbursts made it nearly impossible for the drama to de-escalate. Jaidyn, for her part, didn't immediately respond directly. That silence spoke volumes. Supporters praised her for staying out of it, while critics claimed she was letting Blueface self-destruct. Every move or lack of one became part of the analysis. Then there was Stunna Girl, Blueface's warning to Stunna. Raised eyebrows because it felt preemptive. At the time, Stunna hadn't gone live or made a major statement about the incident. That led many to believe something had happened privately, a message, a planned stream or commentary that never made it public. Blueface's tone suggested he wasn't just annoyed. He was drawing boundaries, given Stunna Girl's history of escalating online beefs. Fans immediately assumed that if she did speak out, things could get explosive fast. Reaction channels speculated that Blueface was trying to shut things down before they spiraled into another viral showdown, one that could make an already bad situation even worse. Meanwhile, the internet began doing what it does best. Digging. Old clips resurfaced. Past live stream moments involving Chrisean and her son were replayed and scrutinized. Critics pointed to earlier incidents they felt showed negligence or instability. Supporters pushed back, arguing that selective clips don't tell the full story and that Chrisean has been unfairly judged since becoming a mother. This back and forth revealed something deeper, a growing discomfort with how much of this child's life has played out online. Many fans who once tuned in for chaos admitted they felt uneasy. The entertainment value was gone. In its place was a sense that boundaries had been crossed. Influencers and commentators started calling for all parties to keep children off camera, especially during moments of stress or conflict at the same time. Rumors about custody and legal action began to surface. Some speculated that Blueface might attempt to use the incident to strengthen a custody claim or push for more control over how his son is raised. Others dismissed that idea, pointing out Blueface's own controversial history and public behavior. Still, if CPS were involved in any capacity, those conversations could move from speculation to reality very quickly. What complicated matters further was the lack of a clear, unified message from either parent. Instead of clarity, the public got fragments, deleted posts, vague statements, indirect accusations, and third-party commentary. That confusion only deepened mistrust. People weren't just questioning what happened during the fall, they were questioning the entire environment surrounding the child. By the next day, pressure was mounting for Chrisean to speak. Fans demanded reassurance. Critics demanded accountability. Even neutral observers wanted context. When she finally did begin to reappear online, expectations were sky high. Would she explain what happened? Address CPS rumors? Or call out the internet for overstepping? At the same time, Blueface's credibility was being questioned more than ever. Some fans accused him of weaponizing concern for his child while simultaneously adding chaos. Others argued that his aggressive approach was the result of genuine fear and frustration. Even if poorly expressed, what became undeniable is that this situation exposed deep fractures in how fame, parenting, and accountability intersect. Social media thrives on access, but access has consequences. When private moments become public, they can't be controlled, contextualized, or undone. For Chrisean and Blueface, the live stream fall marked a moment when their personal lives collided with public scrutiny in a way that may permanently alter how they move online, as whispers of CPS involvement, custody disputes, and legal advice continue to circulate. One truth stands out. This story is no longer just about a single incident on live. It's about patterns, perception, and whether the adults involved can put the child first in a space that rewards chaos. And with tension still high, relationships strained, and reputations on the line, the fallout is far from over. By the time Chrisean finally broke her silence, the narrative had already hardened. Opinions were set, clips were everywhere, and the internet had moved from concern to judgment. When she did address the situation, it wasn't with the long, emotional explanation many expected. Instead, it came across defensive, exhausted, and frustrated. To Chrisean, the outrage felt exaggerated. To the public, it felt like accountability was still missing. Chrisean pushed back on the idea that she's an unfit mother, reminding viewers that accidents happen and that parenting isn't perfect, especially under constant scrutiny. She also hinted that people who don't know her real life were speaking far too confidently about it. But critics weren't satisfied. For them, the issue wasn't a single fall, it was the decision to be on live at all during moments involving a baby, as her response circulated. The backlash intensified. Many felt her tone dismissed legitimate concern. Others empathized, pointing out how overwhelming it must be to raise a child while millions dissect every move. The divide was sharp. Protect the child at all costs versus stop policing a mother online. That split dominated comment sections, reaction videos, and live stream debates for days. Meanwhile, Blueface continued posting and continued hurting his own case, instead of easing tensions. His comments kept reigniting them. He doubled down on blaming people around him, suggesting that outside voices were influencing Chrisean and making the situation worse. To some, it looked like deflection. To others, it looked like panic. Either way, his online behavior raised questions about whether either parent was equipped to handle this privately. Jaidyn Alexis, largely staying silent, began gaining quiet support. Many praised her for not fueling the chaos, especially with children involved. That contrast didn't go unnoticed. Fans started comparing who was showing restraint and who WASN single quotes. As for Stunna Girl, her absence from the conversation became a storyline of its own. Blueface's warning appeared to work, at least publicly. No explosive live, no viral rant. And in this situation, silence may have been the smartest move. Behind all the personalities and posts, one issue loomed largest: the child. This moment forced a wider conversation about influencer parenting. Is it fair to raise a child in front of an audience built on chaos and controversy? Where is the line between sharing your life and exploiting it? And when fans become watchdogs, is that protection or harassment? Even longtime supporters of Chrisean admitted this felt like a turning point. Not necessarily because of CPS rumors, but because trust was shaken. Once people start questioning safety, it's hard to regain confidence, especially when everything plays out online. Whether CPS is formally involved or not may never be fully confirmed publicly. But the damage to public perception has already been done. Brands, platforms, and networks don't like uncertainty, especially when children are involved. This incident could quietly close doors, even if no legal action follows. At the same time, the situation also exposed the dangers of internet justice. Clips without context, mass outrage, and armchair diagnoses can spiral fast. While concern may start from a good place, it can quickly become performative or harmful. That tension between caring too much and knowing too little defined this entire saga as the dust settles. The next steps matter more than any statement. If Chrisean pulls back from live streaming her child, seeks privacy, and shows consistency, public opinion could slowly soften. If Blueface steps away from social media warfare and handles concerns off camera, the narrative could shift. But if the chaos continues, scrutiny will only intensify. For now, one thing is clear: This wasn't just another viral moment. It was a wake-up call for the parents involved, for the audience watching, and for an internet that too often treats real lives like content, and in a world that never forgets. How they move after this may matter more than what happened on Live. The Chrisean Rock Blueface drama has reached a level that can't be ignored. Accidents happen, but when a child is involved, online chaos turns into a serious matter, and this incident is a wake-up call for everyone watching. Fans, critics, and influencers alike are learning that the line between entertainment and real-life consequences is thinner than ever. Now is the time to take a step back, reflect, and prioritize what truly matters: the safety and well-being of children over viral content or clout. If you're following this story, don't get lost in speculation or drama. Support responsible parenting, demand accountability when necessary, fight, and remember that lives, not likes or views, are at stake. Chrisean, Blueface, Jaidyn, and Stunna Girl are all public figures. But the child at the center of this situation deserves privacy, care, and protection above all else. Stay informed, stay critical of online narratives, and don't let outrage replace reason. This saga isn't just about headlines. It's about understanding the real impact of social media on families. Follow updates responsibly, engage thoughtfully, and keep the conversation focused on what matters most: the child. The child.